Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 5 with the Little Learning Strategy Training, Cooperative Learning, and Multiple Intelligence. I will introduce my group. Myself is Arifanur Aziza, my friend is Kiki Ardia Pramesti, and also Wade Ramliana. And the first speaker is Kiki Ardia Pramesti.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this chapter, we discuss three methodological innovations. The first, learning strategy training, and the second, cooperative learning, and the last, multiple intelligences. Learning strategy training. In 1975, Ruben investigated what good language learners did to facilitate their learning. From this investigation, she identified some of the learning strategy, the techniques or devices which learners may use to acquire knowledge. Good language learners, according to Ruben, are willing and accurate guessers who have a strong desire to communicate and will attempt to do so even at the risk of appearing false. They attend to what the meaning and the form of their message. They also practice and monitor their own speech as well as the speech of others. When then observed, that language teachers' time might preferably spend in learning training as much as in language training. Such suggestions lead to the idea of learning strategy training students in use of learning strategy in order to improve their learning effectiveness. The goals of strategy training: self-diagnose their strengths and weaknesses in language learning, become aware of what helps them to learn the target language most efficiently, develop a broad range of problem-solving skills, experiment with familiar and unfamiliar learning strategies, make decisions about how to approach a language text, monitor and self-evaluate their performance, transfer successful strategy to new learning contexts. Metacognitive strategy, Chemot and Mealy. According to Chemot and O'Malley, metacognitive strategy are strategy used to plan, monitor, and evaluate learning tasks. They identified metacognitive strategy in two categories: cognitive and social or affective strategies. Cognitive strategies learns, interact, and manipulate what is to be learned. Repetition, summarizing, using keywords. Social or effectivitas strategies, cooperation, working with fellow students on language, or group working. Cooperative learning. In cooperative learning, each member of a team is responsible not only for learning what is taught but also for helping teammates learn. This situation creates an atmosphere of achievement. Students work through the assignment until all group's members successfully understand and complete it. The students work for a mutual benefit, so they take care of each other's efforts. The students recognize that all group members share a common faith. The students know that one's performance is mutually caused by oneself and one's team members. The students feel proud and commonly celebrate when a group member is recognized for achievement. It involves students learning from each other in groups. The teacher helps them, but the groups themselves must do the work.
Multiple intelligences. A teacher have always known that their students have different strengths. In the language teaching field, some of the difference among students have been attributed to students having different learning or consonant styles. For instance, some students are better visual learners than our learners. They learn better when they are able to read new material rather than simply listen to it. Or to read new material rather than simply listen to it. Of course, many learners can learn equally well either way. However, it has been estimated that for up to 25% of the population, the mode of interaction does make a difference in their cases, as learners living at 1974 jaded in Larsen frame and long 1991 Hartley 1974 further distinguishes between learners who are that good range and those who are reformers that gardeners are fluent but in college. Reformers are more ascribed but often speak halting. Okay, next, Gardner has tries that individuals have at least a distinct intelligence that can be developed over a lifetime. The eager are number one, logical, mathematical, the ability to host numbers offensively to see others partners and to reason well. Number two, visual spatial, the ability to aerial oneself in the environment to create mental gaze and scientificity to a size color. Number three, body kinesthetic, the ability to as one body to express on oneself and solve problems. Number four, musical, rhythmic, the ability to recognize tonal partners and sensitivity to rhyme, speech, melody. Number five, interpersonal, the ability to understand another person's moods, feelings, motivation, and intentions. Number nine, interpersonal, the ability to understand oneself and practice self-discipline. Number seven, verbal linguistic, the ability to show language effectively and creatively. 9. Naturalist, the ability to relate to natural and to decipher what is above first. While everyone may possess these intelligences, they are not equally developed in any one individual. Some teachers feel that they need to create activities that try on our IA, not only to facilitate linguistics articulation amongst different students, but also to help them realize their full potential with all of their intelligences. One way of doing so is to think about the activities that are frequently used in the classroom and to categorize them according to intelligence type, being aware of which type of intelligence is being typed by particular activity. Teacher can keep track of which type they are applying of neglecting in the classroom, and I am for a different representation in the so-called
Christensen and Armstrong give us examples of activities that fit each type of intelligence. 1. Logical or mathematical puzzle and games, logical sequential presentation, classification, and categorization. 2. Visual or spatial, shorts and grids, videos, drawing. 3. Body or kinetic, hands-on activity, field trips, pantomime. 4. Musical or rhythm, singing, playing music, jazz, chants. 5. Interpersonal, pair works, project work, group problem solving. 6. Interpersonal, self-evaluation, journal keeping, option for homework. 7. Verbal or linguistic, note-taking, storytelling, debate. 8. Naturalist, collecting objects from the natural world, learning their names and about them. More recently, Gardner has developed a related theory focused on cognitive abilities that individuals need to develop in order to be successful in a changing world. Gardner proposed 5 minds, ways of thinking and acting in the world, which students need to develop. Of the 5 minds, 3 focus on intellectual development and 2 mind on character development. 1. The disciplinary mind is the first of the intellectual minds in which students master a traditional body of information, such as important historical developments in a particular country or countries. 2. The second mind that deals with intellectual development is the scientific mind, where the focus shifts to bringing together, organizing, understanding, and articulating information from various disciplines in an unified and coherent whole. An example is comparing literature in Spanish, Arabic, and English to learn how the history of people speaking this language has shaped literary styles. 3. The third mind is the creating mind, where students are encouraged to come up with new ideas, original solutions to problems, and creative questions. This could include creative writing or original historical or political analysis. We might consider use of the creating mind as an example of thinking outside the box, thinking in a universal way. The 2 minds focusing on character or moral development are the respectful mind and ethical mind. For a well-developed, respectful mind is reflected by the awareness of appreciation for and openness to the difference and individuality of others. This world naturally includes fostering tolerance for people from other cultural backgrounds, religions, race, and identities within and beyond the classroom. 5. The ethical mind encourages students to cultivate a sense of responsibility for themselves and for the well-being of others. Conclusion: learning strategy training is so important for the student because it can improve student skills and also improve the student academic success. Cooperative learning only will work well if each members can work together. Multiple intelligence can make students aware their potential that maybe didn't know before. Thank you.